one time, girl, I almost killed my family, girl. No shade. Hey, it's getting a little smoky in here. Why is it so smoky?
Welcome to the recordings of Disabled Fireside Chats with Sane.
Hey, city boys. Don't mind that we in the same location, girl. I'm sitting in this mother effing car, girl, because I'm in mother effing pain, girl, and I'm not ready to move. So we're going to have episode 2 of Disabled Fireside Chats with Sane. It's a mouth twister. Disabled Fireside Chats with Sane. This episode, I want to talk about being the weird girl, being the weird black girl, and just like what it means to have that identity and what to do moving forward. So I'm gonna have to give y'all a little backstory on me, no shade. So y'all already know me. I'm Sane, the city sheriff, city captain, but before I got leveled up to the city sheriff, I was just a city civilian, you know. And growing up, I grew up in a Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Hispanic household, very strict. And basically the way that my household was set up, I was the last child, but I was pretty much alone. Not alone physically, but just like emotionally, mentally, all that kind of stuff. I hope you guys can like piece together what I'm saying, but I was alone. So all that I really had was my imagination. Like, that's all I had. So I was that kid that was mixing potions. I was that kid, girl, a baby powder and lotion, keep it away from me, because I'm gonna be mixing it. The way it was set up when I was younger, it's like it was like an hour and a half break between when my father left for work and when my mom came home from work. And my sister was supposed to be watching me and my brother, but she was a teen, so you know, she wanted to live her life. So it was mainly just me and my brother there. And me and my brother, like at the time, me and him were like besties. Like we would have our problems here and there, but at the time we were besties. So during that time, at first we used to watch a Tyra show. That was like our thing. We would eat snacks and we would watch a Tyra show. Once that stopped, me and my brother, we made our own TV show. And this is why I wish, like, when I have kids, I'm gonna support whatever they do, because you literally never know where these things end up, you know what I mean? And it's just good to just support the developing mind. Me and my brother were 3 years apart, so we had this show called Ed. He was Ed and I was every single other character. And we would literally, like, the only thing we did not have was a camera. Like, if we had a camera, I wish I could show you guys like the footage of our show. Like, it was amazing. It was so fun. We had like, I think we had like 6 seasons. We had a spin-off show, Edita, and I was Ed's sister. She had a spin-off show, girl. We had Ed went to WWE, girl. It was a lot going on. It was one part that I had to play my brother. I was playing my brother while my brother was playing Ed. It was so much going on, but that was like the first kind of spark of like my creativity, my weirdness, whatever you want to call it. I was that kid. I was making little chibis. I remember one time, girl, I almost killed my family, girl, no shade. So what happened was I made my little chibis or whatever, and you're supposed to put them in the oven, but I'm like, girl, if I only have 1 or 2, I'm gonna put it in the microwave. So what I would do is put it on like 30-second intervals, and no, it was supposed to be 15-second intervals. Look at me. And I think I put it for like 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And I went into the bathroom. I'm using the bathroom, whatever. I'm like, oh, it's getting a little smoky in here. Why is it so smoky? I come out, girl, it's smoke all over the kitchen, girl. And the fire alarm is going off. Girl, my mom runs into the kitchen. She picks up the microwave and she runs outside. We're on our steps and she got the microwave open, whatever. She opens the microwave. She opened the microwave, girl. My little chibis are in the microwave. In the microwave burning, girl. She like, girl, you trying to kill us, girl? I'm over here giggling, girl. No shade. But I would do stuff like that, little resin charms, like, you know, there's little things like that. As I got older, you know, my taste changes. And one thing about me, I'm into music that moves me. I'm into music that unlocks something spiritually, because what a lot of people fail to understand is, just like in this whole world, and I'm hoping that through these next few years, girl, I just saw a wigger. I don't know, I look, you want to call 311. That made me feel uncomfortable, no shade. But something that I learned is symbols, vibrations, everything triggers your mind in a certain way. So I love me some Craigsin. Like, I love Craigslist screaming in my ears, and you did. But for the most part, when I'm listening to music, like, for example, when I had got my accident and I was in the hospital, I had asked one of the nurses, I asked her to put on music for me. Because, I don't know, my brain was just like, you just need to hear something. And the first song that came to my head was Joy by Teddy Pendergrass. Joy, joy to be, I want to be here with you, I want you here with me, joy, that song. So I like to listen to, because the thing is, a lot of these songs can be demonic and all that kind of stuff, but I think about more vibrational wise. I think about more, and I'm gonna get deeper into this in my book. I think I want to change the title. I don't really know yet. My book is called The Curse of the Black Ham, the African into the African American presented today. But there are a few things that I've learned in between of making this book, so I'm gonna end up making another book to kind of like break things down more. But one thing I really wanted to talk about is the black brain, and as it relates to music, symbols, and how it triggers our mind. That is something that I really want to focus on. But back to what I was saying, the music that I listen to, I do like to stay more to the 60s, 70s, old rock, blues, R&B kind of music. I really like those music. I do listen to a lot of old Jamaican music. A lot of the old Jamaican music has the more what's the word? The sound of me over here like this. The sound of the music is more like tribal, if you kind of get what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna put what I'm trying to mean right here. But I listen to music because it helps calm my mind. I'm gonna be honest, it helps calm my mind. But I like music like that. Also, you know, I like to listen to, like, you know, a little bit of Nirvana, some I'm not really like a Weezer fan, I'm gonna be honest, but I used to love me some Red Hot Chili Peppers, bitch. And I'm a Radiohead kind of girl. I'm getting into Deftones. I really like Deftones' album with all their covers. Cunt, bitch, cunt. But yeah, that's the music I like to listen to. Got into like 8th grade, I started skateboarding. Like I said again, I'm a follower. Like, whatever my brother likes, I like. They say, well, to an extent. So I got into skateboarding. So I was doing a lot of things like that, and I dressed more like tomboyish, because like I said, back then I was not comfortable with myself. I truly hated myself back then when I was younger. I thought I was very ugly, especially because, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. I used to compare myself to my sister. Like, when I tell you, when me and my sister would go out, girl, the guys are stopping their cars, girl, honking their cars. My sister body so tiny waist, big boobs, big butt, natural body too, and she light skin, like. And especially growing up Caribbean, when I tell you, being dark is just like, girl, you might as well be a crackhead, girl, no shade. So when I saw my sister, I saw beauty. Like, I thought she was, well, I still think she's like just one of the most prettiest girls. So seeing that, and she's just very feminine, I was just like, I'm not that, so might as well just disappear. And like, the friends that I've had, they were also kind of like my sister. Like, they would get so much attention and all that. So I would just, you know, I would just be that person in the background. Like, I'd just be the one, you know what I mean? Or like, once I got like older, I started telling jokes and stuff. So it's like, all right, she here, she kind of funny. And like in high school, I would like freestyle a little bit. So it's like, okay, she got like, you know what I mean? She little 1-2. So that's how it was for me for a while. But the thing that was hurting me is like, the person I'd be called, oh, you're whitewashed, you're not black enough, you're not Jamaican enough. And there were times where like my father would say that to me, and like it would hurt my feelings a lot, because like, especially being younger, all I wanted to do was just fit in. Like, that's literally, I just wanted to fit in and just like exist. Like, I didn't even want to be like stand out, I just wanted to exist. And it felt like every corner of my life would not just let me exist. Like, especially after I got left back, my whole time in elementary school was horrible. Like, I would get bullied every single day. I remember one time I was standing on line for lunch, and you know, like, they would have the lunch trays on the thing, and you just pick up a lunch tray. And at this point, I was in like 3rd grade, and the boy was in like 5th grade. And I went to pick up the tray, girl, he's calling me hungry hippo, laughing at me, like being so loud, like screaming at me. And that shit hurt. But like I said, I just wanted to exist. Like, I literally just want to exist. So that's when I started getting into like Earl sweatshirt and like Odd Future and stuff like that. And like it felt good. Like it felt so good to see other black people, regardless if they're Afro-Caribbean or Afro-Hispanic, but just black people in general just being themselves. You know what I mean? It felt really good. So I was like, all right, that's nice, cool. I continue on my life being that. All right, so I'll continue on. When it comes to like guys and stuff, like I said, I started to focus on my physical. So I started dressing different, started doing like my makeup better, started doing my hair better. And so guys would approach me. So they approach me and like we'll talk and all that kind of stuff. But once it gets to the point of like getting to know you, a lot of them didn't want to get to know me anymore because they're like, you're weird. Like you don't want to talk about the regular stuff that, because all right, when I was in like middle school, like I said, I just wanted to fit in. So I would like study the things that people would talk about. So one of the main things were like sneakers and sneaker releases and making sure that you're on the line and all that kind of stuff. So I was doing all that, girl. I would take Alex with me. We would go all over the place, different malls, all that, to get tickets for these sneakers. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't give a fuck about these sneakers, but I just wanted to fit in. Like I literally just wanted to fit in. So I would do stuff like that, and I would learn about the different shoe releases and the significance of the shoes and stuff, so I can talk to people about it, just because I just wanted people to talk to me. Like when I tell you, when I was young, I literally just wanted to be accepted. Like I wanted to be accepted so bad, and I felt like I wasn't accepted at home. So it was like, I want to be accepted at school, especially once I left my elementary school. A lot of these people didn't know that I got left back. There were a few people that I went to elementary school with that ended up going to middle school and high school with me, but like never brought it up. So I'm like, okay, so I left that part of me. Now let me just fit in and get where I gotta get to. But yeah, so it was like that. But then like I still was getting that you're not black enough, you're not Jamaican enough, you're not this enough, you're not that enough, you're not even like down to be Hispanic. Oh, you don't speak Spanish, you're not Hispanic enough, you're not da da da. So I'm hearing all this kind of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Then that's when a part of me is just rejecting it all. So it's like, all right, if I'm not black enough, then bitch, I'm white then. Then I'm a white girl. And I was saying that and everybody thought it was funny. But to me, I was serious, because it's like, if you guys keep denying me of who the fuck I am, then I'm just gonna make up something then. Because at this point, then who am I? If I'm not black, if I'm not Jamaican, if I'm not Hispanic, who am I? Then I'm a white person then. And I would just go around just being ignorant. And at that point in my life, I was so freaking ignorant. Like I was saying so much ignorant things. Like I was a bigot. Like, but I was a bigot just because I feel like I was like forced to be one. Because it's like, if y'all not gonna accept me, then fuck y'all then. That's how I was thinking in my mind. Fuck all y'all then. Because why am I not good enough to be accepted, but everybody else is? And like even down to like what I brought up with the whole color stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys like a little story. My father, we look very much alike. The only difference is my father is light. And I remember we were over one of his friend's house. And mind you, I brought this up to him before. Like when I tell you, when I was younger, my mom, she would come for parent-teacher conferences. But when it comes to going to school, dropping us off, picking us up, stuff like that, during that time, it would be my father, because he's home during the mornings. And so they would see me and my brother with my father, and you just see this one little dark person. And I remember, like, they would bring that up, like, oh, you're adopted, da da da. You don't even look like them, you're adopted, da da da. So I had a problem with my skin complexion. Especially on top of that with my sister. I thought she was so beautiful. I'm not beautiful. In my mind, it also has to relate to me being darker. So we were with this friend, and she's like, oh yeah, you look just like your father. You have broad shoulders like your father. Yeah, you look just like your father. You just need to bleach. Just bleach. And mind you, this lady's bleached out. Bleached out. Bleached out. Look like a ghost. And she's telling me that I need to bleach my skin. And I remember I saw my father laugh. And he was laughing at it, and that just broke me. It broke me down so bad. Because it's like, when I tell you, I truly did not start loving myself. I'm 23. I did not start loving myself, I would say, until I was like 22. Like like 22 years old. I hated myself so much. I hated myself. And it was like, it felt like people kept giving me reasons to hate myself, whether that's physical reasons or mental reasons, or just off of the fucking songs that I like, things that I like to do, I find enjoyable, kept giving me reasons just to hate myself, you know? But yeah, so, but yeah, can't beat the weird allegations, you know what I mean? But when I tell you, it was like, that whole weird thing, it really was messing with my mind, like, because I think a lot of people forget that one of the biggest things with being human is you just want a sense of belonging. And as soon as you put that weird moniker on somebody, you're already subjugating them. And when you're subjugated, you get angry, because it's like, what makes me not belong to them? We share all these things in common. What makes me not belong to them? And it got even more for me when I was in college and I was biochem. Just in that in general, it was like, all right, I'm already subjugated because of my race. All right, cool. But then I get around these other black people and they're telling me that I'm weird too. So it's like, where the hell do I belong? Like, literally, there's this book called Color of Water by James McBride. I really do encourage you guys to read that book. But from that book, the main question that he kept asking himself is, who am I? The reason to why he was asking that question was because he was a biracial person. Growing up in this world, he wants to understand both sides of his life, both sides of his identity, to understand his life. And when I tell you, I was asking myself, girl, you know I gotta keep my head on the swivel. You don't know who the fuck gonna pop out in there, but I had to keep that on my mind. Just like, I just kept questioning, who am I? Who am I? And I remember I made this friend in college, and this girl, I saw so many similarities to myself with this girl, like from down to like traumatic experiences happening on the same month. Like, we had so much things in common. And in my mind, I thought she was just like my soul sister, like, you know, just a relationship like that. That's how I seen it. And I remember that one thing about me is, like, when I feel emotions, I feel them very deeply. I feel them very, very deeply, but to the point where it's suffocating. So I have to isolate myself. There's no way, for the most part, that I can go through things without isolating myself. I'm trying to become better with that, as in when it comes to communicating. But I was going through a really bad depressive episode, and she wanted to get brunch with me, and I ended up turning down the brunch because I was just not feeling it mentally. And later on, like a few hours later, well, not probably hours, but let's say a few hours later, a Johnny, he ends up texting me, asking me if I want to go to Rice Creek. And Rice Creek is like a nature reserve in Oswego, and it has like different nature paths and stuff like that. And at first I was like, I don't really want to go, just because I'm just not feeling it. Like, I'm just not feeling it myself. I'm not even feeling close to happiness. Like, I'm far from it. I'm detached from all of that, you know. And I end up going because I'm like, you know what, I need this. Go on the walk. The walk makes me feel a little bit better. Get back, we're supposed to have dinner together. I'm not interested in the dinner. My mind is very negative, very blank. I'm sitting down in my room, and I'm trying to get down my assignments. I'm trying to finish it, and I'm just fucking crying. My guinea pig Gideon, he's going fucking crazy. Gideon's going crazy, screaming. So I'm like, all right, he must be hungry. Girl, one thing about me, my dining meal was for two. My dining meal was for two. I'm getting my money's worth. Yeah. So I was gonna go downstairs to get some vegetables and stuff for Gideon, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna force myself to eat something, because that was one of my problems. I would not eat, and for me, it was like a control thing. It's like, I can't control how people treat me. I can't control how life affects me and the events of life. I can't, for the most part at that time, control my feelings and my emotions. So what I can't control is my eating. I won't eat. And I was like, you know, I'm going to force myself to just have something. Because I remember I put on South Park so I could distract my mind and just go and do it. So I'm sitting down with the food, bagged up Gideon's food, trying to get a few bites in for myself. And I saw her come inside of the dining hall. And when she comes inside, we make eye contact. In my mind, I'm like, all right, she understands that I'm going through something. You know, she'll give me grace, right? She comes towards me, and first thing she says to me, looking me in my eyes, just like this, you know, you're really weird, right? And as soon as she said that, it was like a blow. Because it's like, out of everybody, I didn't expect you to say that to me. Especially because I thought that you understood me. You understood the path that I walked, and you understand who I am as an individual. So she says that to me, and I'm just looking at her because like I'm in disbelief because I just can't believe it. She's like, yeah, you're really weird. Like, you're really weird. Like, she just keeps saying it. Like, it's like she keeps trying to force it down my throat how weird I am. And I'm not gonna lie, it did hurt my feelings a lot, and I ended up apologizing to her. But now, stepping back as a more collected person, why the hell did I apologize to you? You called me weird, and you used it as a word, as a way of deteriorating me as a person. And do I consider myself weird? No. I feel like every individual is supposed to have their things that they like. What could be weird about me, I love mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise a lot. I put mayonnaise on almost everything. I love mayonnaise so much. That could be weird, but the way in which I conduct myself is not weird. The things that I like is not weird. My thought patterns sometimes are a little bit skewed, but not weird at all. And I feel like what I end up realizing is that like people will call you weird just because sometimes, I'll say multiple things. Sometimes people call you weird. Why did I have a split hair, a split end on my leg here? I'm like, girl, what's tea? No, but sometimes people call you weird because they see the level of understanding that you have with yourself. And when I tell you, through all these years of being that weird person, that left out person, that fat black bitch, that fat Mark Henry built bitch, years of being that, and I'm gonna be honest, all of that isolation that I was forced to do, I did reflect on myself a lot. And it's like, some people are mad because of the understanding that you have of yourself. They call you weird for that. Some people look down on you because you don't follow the status quo, and they call you weird. Some people are jealous because they want to be themselves, but they're not comfortable enough in themselves to be themselves, so they call you weird. Some people are jealous of the natural inherent talents that you have, so they call you weird. A lot of that weird thing can get interchanged with that demonic thing that people put on my art. When I tell you, I've seen real demons. I've seen real demons. I've interacted with real demons. Ain't shit close to my art. I'll tell you that right now. But that just goes along with it. When I tell you, I've been called a lot of things. I've been called a demon, demonic, the spawn of devil. I've been called weird. I've been called stupid. I've been called a retard. I've been called a fat bitch. I've been called hungry hippo. I've been called autistic. People told me I got Down syndrome. I've been called a lot of things. But it's like, I still step back. Low-key, I feel like these disabled fireside chats, like, y'all just gonna get to understand me more, I guess. You guys are just gonna understand me more and just understand Saint more. Because there's a lot of things that has transpired in my life, a lot of things I've been through, and I feel like so many people as well have been through the same thing, and we can just heal, you know what I mean? That's honestly all I wish for myself. All I wish for you guys is just true healing, you know what I mean? So this is the end of episode 2 of Disabled Fireside Chats with Saint. If you guys have any topics that you guys want me to touch on, please let me know in the comments down below. If you guys don't, I still have topics in my mind, so we're gonna keep this going as long as my brain and my body needs to heal. And through these, I'll give you guys little updates about my healing and stuff. I do have an overall video coming out of my whole accident and all those kind of things, discussing everything about that. But that won't come out for a while, until after my whole court case is done, because I don't want to put out anything that would damage or infringe or taint my court case. So But that will be coming out. And yeah, bye city boys. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe for Disabled Fireside Chats